How about now?
It's better. Perfect.
All right. So we continue from where we stopped in the previous class. We've been able to see what a felt is. Let me share my screen so that we can see what we're doing as well. Yes. I believe we can see my screen now. Just send some kind of reaction. Okay. All right. So going back to, yes, right here. I believe we were somewhere. Yeah, we finished with integers as well. So, okay. All right. Phase two is, what is it? Phase two, do you have a question? Oh, yeah, Godwin too. Is that a question? Okay. We are okay. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped, and that's on scalar types. We talked about the integers we have. We listed them here: U8, U16, then the integers as well, and so on and so forth. So today we'll talk about the numeric operations that are supported. Of course, the basic operations like we know, addition, subtraction, division, and remainder are all supported with Cairo. So I will be opening a new um I'll call this sec. Okay. So remember, as usual, you have to work with me, I believe you're with your laptops, and so you do everything I do to make sure it is working. We call this second day. All right, so I'll be opening my terminal in this directory. And like we did the previous day, if you want to create a new project, all you have to do is use your scarb command. I hope you can see my screen, please. So that
Yes, we
I'm
can
not able
see your
to.
screen.
Yeah, yes. You can see us.
Awesome. So scarb new, I want to call it second day. Yeah. And I hit enter. For me, I'll be choosing the Cairo test using my arrow command.
Sorry, sir.
Is that
Sorry,
okay?
sorry, sir. Yeah, I think we are not seeing any movement on your screen right now.
Movement.
Yeah.
Can you see what I'm typing?
Yeah, I can see the movement of your mouse, but when you entered to this, we can't see the movement here.
What about now? Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going with Cairo test. I hit enter, and it's created for me. For you to confirm that, you can use your ls. You can see the second day folder. Then I will go into this particular directory now. See this second. If I hit ls again, I will have my source folder and then scarb.toml. So I'll be opening my VS Code at this point. So you can create a new folder, or you can use the previously created one we used in the last class. It's all good. Now I'll be so going back to, okay, we are talking about um operators. I'll clear what we have here. Remember, first of all, what is that compulsory function that must be in our program before we can proceed? Can
The
somebody help us?
main
All
function.
right.
Function main.
Okay, so we write fn name. That is it. So here we define a couple of variables. I don't know. We have not talked about variables, but I'll just do something. So just follow, work with me. To define a variable, you use the let keyword. Let's call it x equals um, okay. Let's add a type here. X of type u8 is equal to, let's call it 4. Terminate the process. Then another variable is my characters. Like, are they big enough or should I increase it a little bit?
Please increase it a little bit.
All right. What about now?
Yes, this is perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have X, now we have another Y, another one Y, and that's U8 of type is equal to, let's call it 2. Terminate the process. Now, like we said, we have the basic operators like multiplication, addition, subtraction, and then modulo. So let's work with this 4. If I do something like, let's say result, I'll take it as short as this, equals x dot y. Then I will print out the whatever we have here. The result is placeholder, and then I'll print rest. Then I'll bring out my terminal in the VS Code so that I can work out of here. To run the command, to run the program, I will run Scarb Cairo run. Let's see what happens. So here we are saying that 2 times 4 is 8. Do we all understand what we've done just now?
If you don't
Or do I need,
understand anything, please speak up
or do I need
now.
to
If you don't
explain?
understand,
Yes, this is simple enough actually. So let's proceed to the next stuff. I can easily change this to division. Yes. So I run the program again, right? These are very, very basic. So we should all tag along. The result is 2, and that is 4 divided by 2. So 4 minus 2 should be fine as well. Yeah, let's see. So these are very, very basic. So we can see that. Then let's move on to, okay, maybe I can minimize this now. Okay, someone is raising their hand or about to say something. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Oluwafemi,
Hi, good
you have a
evening.
question? Yes, good
Yeah, I
evening.
do.
Okay,
Regarding the when you do something like say 3 divided by 8 or something that can go directly, I'd like to exp I
okay.
would like to I would like you to explain how that works directly because I read in the book that the way they explain are confusing. So I just want to help explain.
Let's say,
Thank
let's say we have 2 here and we have 4 here. Okay, and then we try. Um, we're talking about division, right?
Yeah, division for numbers that would ordinarily return a float.
Remember, we don't have flutes in Cairo.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you can see what we have here is what? 0. Because the fraction does not count. It truncates it. It takes it out of the result. The only thing it can return is the whole number. So if you divide 7/2, what you get is 3. Let's try that out and see. Okay, let's do it 4. Yeah. So we're expecting to have 1. And that is what we have here. Okay. Just unmute and speak, please.
I can't see.
Sir,
I think
your screen is stable.
It's stable, like it's not
Like,
moving.
yeah.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, it's moving now. But go back to your code.
VS Code. Okay, right here now. Can you see that?
No.
What again? Is it the only one that's having the issue or someone else, please?
the screen now. I can see the current version.
You can see VS Code right now, right?
Yeah, I can see VS Code, but no movement in it.
I'm not doing anything per se.
Okay.
Can you see what I've written? Like, I'm writing P, 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 P. Can you see that?
No.
Share slide. Okay, let me share the slide. Just hold on a bit. Okay, but do we have any question based on what we've done so far, please? Someone that is asking for the slide, you can find it in the messaging section. Okay. All right. Any questions so far, please? Okay. All right. Welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Adebara, yeah.
Yes, I have a question. Go back to your
Okay.
code. In you writing that
Okay.
print
Yeah.
in, you
Yeah.
put in this double, like a column. I said column.
Yes, that's a
Curly
placeholder.
braces. Curly
Yes.
braces. Okay.
Yes.
What does that represent?
I said it's like a placeholder where we want our value to be.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. You can see when we output the value, the 1, that's the result of whatever we're doing, was captured here. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, all right. Going back to the slides now. The next one we have booleans. Booleans, just like in every other language we know, is basically having true and false value. So I don't think this one needs any explanation, but I will just give it. So we have let call it yum equals boo. No, this is wrong, right? Let's call it true. Now, can somebody tell us what is happening right here in line 5? Remember in line 3, okay, someone is saying something, yeah?
Okay, line 5, I think you declared a variable called yum and then give it a boolean value of true.
All right, but do you notice what is happening between line 3 and 5? In line 3, we have to specify the type, but here we did not do it. Can somebody tell us what is happening there?
Okay, yes.
Overflow.
No, please, not
Okay,
overflow. Not,
last week you explained it. You said that
yes,
the compiler, that's in this case the Scarb, the Cairo compiler can actually infer the type from the value that's been given to the variable.
exactly. So this is correct, or we can still extend it to the bool, and everything is fine still. You can still print this out if it's, you can use false, everything works. So I just wanted us to like to remember that sometimes the compiler can infer the type. Yes. And okay. Then we have something called short strings in Cairo as well. So you can see the definition here. Sequence of characters that are not more than 31 characters. So, back in the day, there wasn't anything like strings. So you have things like, if you want to represent something that is a bit, maybe someone's name, and say let's name equals let's say CC, this is how you represent names then. And now if you hover over this, like we said, we can find the type. It's called what? Felt. It's of type felt. Yes. Whose hand is up? Is that, yeah? Wisdom.
Please, I can't see your screen. No, I don't know if it's network from my side. I can hear your voice. I can't see your screen.
Is it only wisdom that's having this issue,
Probably a
or
network. You can see the screen.
We
We
can see
can
your
see
screen,
it.
sir.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
okay? So please, wisdom, maybe you should just rejoin the call. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Faith.
Okay.
Yes. So this is how we used to represent strength. Okay. Someone else is saying, oh, is that message? Okay. So this is how we used to represent short strings. It can be more than 31. And under the hood, it is what? A felt. But with recent update, I think it's from Cairo 2.40, there was introduction of byte arrays. This guy, byte arrays that can hold string. You can see what we say here. These arrays, they can hold more than 31 characters, not like what we used to have before. And the difference between the two, short strings goes with what? Single quotes. While, well, the one you can call strings now must go with double quotes for them to work. Do we understand everything so far? Or do you have any question? Okay. Okay, so yeah. Pascal, do you have any question at all?
Yes, I have a question.
All right, start.
But it's not based on what you're teaching now. It's just that I don't know, my Cairo 1.0 extension, it's not giving me that autocomplete and that hover documentation.
Did you restart your VS Code?
Yes, I even restarted my laptop.
Yeah, that's happened sometimes actually.
Sometimes it could drag.
Yes, sometimes it gives that issue. So just keep working. Are you using Windows?
Yes, I'm using Windows.
Okay, so I don't really know what, it's one of those things. Maybe those maybe sometimes it might work, I don't know. Yeah. So let's go over to the
Okay,
next
thank
slide.
you.
Yeah, it's all right. So before now, we've been talking about scalar types, and we say that scalar types are what? Single data types. Do we understand? Do we remember that? The definition we gave to scalar types in Cairo. Do you remember what it means? I'm waiting for a response, guys.
Yes, we remember.
Okay, all right. So now we have something called the compound type. Now the compound type is basically, okay. Okay, yeah, yes. All right, so the compound types are basically the types that can contain different data types. And one of the examples we have is a tuple. A tuple can contain both bool, contain fields, unsigned integers, So, and that is what we have a select tuple, and we have the types that we intend to define. We have U32. This is a data type of this one. We have U64, and also we have bool, and then we define what they are here. So it's just something we are basically tuples are okay for PP. So if we want to get these individual elements, all we have to do is to destructure, the elements. Let's try that out and see how it works. So I'll be cleaning out some of the things here so that we have something clear. So I will define my tuple as let's tuple, because you can actually do it like this as well. Let's start with a call it true, Then we have 8_8. We have failed. Let's add failed 252. Is that correct? Failed. I think there's X and this now. I'm not messing up something. Anna. Okay, failed is giving us this. Let's just go with something else. Okay, can somebody like tell us what just happened now? I included failed here. Failed. Yeah. Just unmute and speak, please. Yeah. Okay, I'm not a
Okay, what happened was that you mixed the data type with the actual data itself.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So what we ought to have is like 3, and everything will be fine. Now remember, this can also look like this. I copy this, to that, paste. You can still have something like this, by the side. You say, oh, 8, and then failed. Failed 2, 2. These two things are the same. I believe we know that by now. So in the first, that is line 2, we did not include the type. The compiler takes care of that for us. But here we are in strict like in that including. So yeah, we should just take note of this. Because the same, basically. So if we want to destructure this, all we have to do is we say let's use the parentheses as well and call it
Your voice is not so clear. It's muffled.
can call it bool num 2, right, is equal to 2. Can we see that? Now, if we want to output the whole thing, we can say print line, that's speaking much more. You can just say have these three placeholders now. Or let's just take one, right? Boom. Boom is whatever it is, and caption go here. Now let's print and see if we actually get.
Victor,
Yes,
Victor, can you hear me?
Sorry, sir.
I,
We
I
can't
said
yes,
see
your
anything
voice,
on your
the voice is not very clear. It's muffled.
more food. Like it's not loud
Yeah,
enough.
like it's sounding like a bot AI or something. Like you're using Bluetooth. So probably if you're using Bluetooth, just switch to normal audio or go closer to your mic.
Okay, like is it better now?
Still sounding the same, but it's louder, so it can cover up.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I think you're on Bluetooth. Disconnect from
Yes,
Bluetooth. Just use
that should be
normal.
my.
Use your normal MacBook.
Is that okay?
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
All right, but what about noise from the environment? Hope it's not interfering.
There's no noise. It's perfect.
Okay, all right, all right. So going back to what we are doing, if we print this, hopefully we get true. Bool is true. Can we see that? Yes, we can. Can we see that, please?
Yes.
I need feedback. Okay. Now you can see the compiler is warning us about unused variables, about 2 of them. If you don't want to see these warnings, what you do is go to this particular variable we have here, add an underscore to it, like this. And if we print that stuff again, I believe the warnings, they are gone. So we have just true. We can also print out something else if we so desire. Let's get the number 2, right? So let's go for num2 now. Just change this for fun's sake. Num2 is so we don't get any warnings. Let's see if this works. Num2 is 3. Everything is fine. So this is how you define and structure the elements in your tuple. All right. Okay. Next one we have is type conversion. So, sometimes when you're working with, say, a particular number, you might require to transform it to something else, based on whatever kind of logic you're writing. Now, Cairo gives us at least 2 methods that we can use to convert one data type to another. Now we have the into method, you can see it here. And then we have try into method. Now for the into method, you use it when you are guaranteed that the place you're going, the source file is smaller than the target. Do we understand this? Yes, we do. Let's say, an example we have here, we have a U8. In the next one, we have U16. Moving from U8 to U16, we can see that every number that U8 has, 16 can comfortably take them in. Is that true or false?
True. True.
True.
It's always true because 16 will always be bigger than 8. Likewise, 32 is bigger than 16. So whatever 16 has, 32 can easily take it up. In that scenario, we use into because we are guaranteed that the place we are going, we will be welcomed comfortably. But in any case, maybe we are like 100 and then we're invited to one small room that was meant to take, contain like 4 persons. In that case, we are moving from 32 to 8 or maybe 16 to 8. There's a chance that we won't, the place will not contain everybody. That makes sense, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it does. So in that case, we use the method try into. We try. First of all, we try and see if this will work. So we try into, we'll be returning 2 values. Is either we, okay. So like I said, we try into, we have 2 scenarios there. Is either we are accepted into the room comfortably. In that case, maybe it's a big hall. Or some people will have to wait outside. So when we are converting from bigger values to smaller ones, we use try into. Then this unwrap here is the one taking care of that, is it working? If it's not working, then others will have to wait. We take care of these people, then the rest will come in. So let's try this in the VS Code and see what happens. So I will clear everything we have. And I'll say, let's our U8. Our U8 is what? Call it 5. And then we are trying to convert to U32. U32 is obviously bigger than U8, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So another thing you have to, okay, thank you. Why converting? Remember we say we can actually leave the leave compiler to like infer the type for us at times, but this is one of the scenarios whereby you are required to include the type you are converting to. So if I say our U32 is equal to, I will take our U8 dot into, right? Now can you see we have issue here? If we hover over this, it say type annotations needed. I hope we can see this. So it means we have to include the type we want to convert to. And suddenly everything is fine. Before now, I told you the compiler can infer the type for us. But in this instance, whereby we are trying to convert, we must use our annotations. All right. So like I said, if you want to find out the type we have here, you can easily hover over this. You can see that here it's what? U8. Call integer of type U8. But when we come here, what we have now is 32. Now for try into, let's our felt, let's use felt for this. Felt is equal to let's say 7. Over again. This is of type felt. So we want to convert it towards maybe U8 now. Let's our yeah, our felt U8 equals, what do we do now? Can someone help us?
I think we should specify the type.
All right, thank you. The type now is what?
U8.
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 U8, yes, thank you. Then we get the variable, which is our felt, right? Dot try into. Is that complete? No. Next thing we have to do is we unwrap. And now everything is fine. Do we have any question?
Yes. Okay. My question is to convert from U8 to U32. I thought I will only use the into. But in this case
exactly
now, to convert from felt to U8, is this because it's of different types, like entirely? I don't understand.
Remember, yesterday, day before yesterday, we said that felt, every data type under the hood is a felt. Were you in the class?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so that means felt is very, very large. I showed you what felt looks like in the previous class.
Yes, yes.
Can you believe, when you convert this 2 raised to power 251 plus 17 times 2 raised to power 192, if you expand this with your calculator, it's a massive number, right?
Yes, I don't think calculator even has the memory to hold it.
Exactly. But in this case, our U8 here, the highest number U8 can take is 255, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes.
So while moving from something lower to something big, like we said in the definition here, we are guaranteed, where is it? For guaranteed conversions, we are guaranteed that whatever we are moving from to, we conveniently enter. That is when we use into. But when there is a possibility that it might fail, it might not accommodate, we use try into.
Okay.
There's a possibility that this felt could become something like 700. Is that not possible?
Yes, it's possible.
And do you think it will enter conveniently now? Let's run and see what happens.
It won't.
Let's just run the program and see what happens. Scarb, okay. These are just warning. Can you see this? You see a panic with something. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, I can see.
It failed. But if it's 70 only, let's run it again and see what happens. Sorry. Clear. If it's just 70, let's see. Everything compiles successfully. Any questions so far?
Yes, I have a question.
All right.
Yeah, you made mention of something now, and you said it on Monday that every data type is gotten from felt.
Yes.
Yeah, and you still said U in 256 is bigger than felt 252. So how did you get? How did they get U in 252 from felt, and U 252 is bigger than felt?
How did they get? Can you repeat that thing you said last, please?
Yeah, that you said every data type is gotten from felt, right?
Yes.
And uint 256 is bigger than
Yes.
252.
Obviously.
Okay, so how is uint 256
How,
gotten from felt that
okay.
felt is actually
All right,
bigger
all
than?
right. All right, that's a nice question actually. Now, for you to get a U256, you use that, especially when you're working with standards, ERC 20s, ERC 721, these are standards. So they have to be standardized in every platform. To solve that issue with Cairo, they combined two unsigned integers. That is, it's like a struct. We have not done struct, but I think we actually treated that the last time we met. Can you see that? Except for U256, under the hood, it's basically a struct with two fields. U256 is made up of low and high. These are two fields. So we have a combination of U128 plus another U128. When you add the two of them, remember the two under the hood are what? Fields. But here we are using them as unsigned integer because of the added functionalities they have. So if you add the two, you get this U256. The person that asked question, do you understand that now?
Yeah, yes, I understand.
All right. So, okay. Yeah. Any other question? All right, let's proceed. Okay. Oluwa.
All right, sir. Yeah, on that second example where you use wrap, something wrap. I can't see your screen now, but my network just break. When you use wrap, can you just explain that functionality of that thing on
Okay.
on that on wrap?
Functionality on wrap. Okay. I said when we are using try into, there are two possibilities. The number we are converting to, in this case, U8, might not actually contain the target value, or maybe source. Let's call it source. Okay, this is source, source, and what we have here is target, not targets. Can we see what I wrote just now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now if the target is somehow smaller than the source, this unwrap will take care of that. It will panic. We executed a program here that panicked when we increased this to 700. And remember, this guy, U8, the highest it can take is 255. And all of a sudden, we are trying to fit in 700 into 255. It's not going to work, right? So in that case, the unwrap takes care of that by panicking, saying this is not going to work. But when it was 70 can conveniently enter into U8, and we have change. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I get it now.
All right. So back to the slides. Okay, we are done with this. Then we have array. Unlike the tuple we just discussed, arrays is a collection of elements of the same type. Everything there must be the same type. Do we understand the basic difference? Yes, in tuple, they can take as many types as possible. But with array, everything has to be the same. So it can be only felt. In that case, all the values will be felt. Or it can be unsigned integer 8.
In that case, everything will be unsigned integer 8. It can be 128, like we have somewhere here. Now, you say this is how you create an array. Now, once you create an array, you can't remove, or you can't alter, because memory in Cairo is you can only write, you can't change. Okay, it's for performance. I think we get to memory management in a bit, but just remember that once you've written anything to the slot, you can't change it. Okay, is that a question? Or okay, link to the presentation. I sent it earlier. Let's drop it again.
Check the chat group. You check the chat group.
Okay. I just sent it as well so that we'll be on the same page. All right, going back to the slides. Now, this is how you create what an array looks like. First of all, okay, before now, let's just write it out and see what's happening in the VS Code. And I think I will clean everything here. So if you want to define an array, you use something called array trait. Array trait is the trait that pertains to arrays in Cairo. Let's say let's mute. I've not told us what mute is. Now, here we say that we can only write once to the memory. But, to make the language a bit more flexible for we, the developers, there is something that was abstracted for us, and we were given the power to actually change. We can change variables. Now, don't get it twisted. When we say we are changing, we are not actually changing the memory cells. We are just updating the pointers. Just keep that in mind for now. With time, you will understand better. Okay, so I have mute here, and the name of my variable now is A. This A is the name of the array we want to create. And then I will say it is equal to array trait new. This new here means we want to create something new. What is okay. Say we need to annotate this, and let's use maybe array of fields. What do you say? Field 252. That doesn't work. What does it want us to use now? Array of fields. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake somewhere here. Then call this array. Yeah, that works. So what we have here is array. This is how you instantiate an array. Currently, the array A is empty. If you want to populate this array, you use append method. Append, we keep adding elements in front of the array. Like after you have 1, if you add 2, 2 will go next. If you add 10, 10 will be after 2. Like we have here. So we can easily append elements, say a dot append 10. Reason we can do this is because of this guy here, mute. Let's take it out and see what happens. Now, it's talking about something else.
it's saying that it is not what? Mutable. So we can't change it. But once we add mute keyword here, we are allowed to change and update the array. A dot append, call it 12. We can add another one. A dot append 1. A dot append 16. Do we all understand what is happening so far? Are you still there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We understand.
Okay. This arrays here, 10, 12, 1, 16. What is the data type we are working with currently?
Okay. Okay, it's
Felt.
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 Is array is array of felt. We can easily update this to be U32. Currently, what arrays do we have? Like, what is data type at the moment?
Array U32.
Okay. So this is how you define your arrays, and you append elements to it, like we have here. All right. Sorry. Now we can manipulate the arrays. Manipulation in the sense we can add elements. I think we've seen this method already. A append 2. We can easily do that. Now we can also remove elements. And it says only the front of the array can be altered with the pop method, returning the removed elements. I believe we understand that. We can only remove elements from the front, like this array here. We can only remove 10 first before we can be able to remove 12, then 1, just like that, using a method we call the pop front. So let's try and see what pop front looks like. Like we have here, we can define our element to hold the removed elements. Let's remove elements equals, we get the name of the array, that is A dot pop front, and then we terminate the process. Without printing the result, what do you think we will get if we print it? Based on the things I've explained so far.
10.
All right, let's see if we are right or wrong. They remove.
Sir, please, can you increase the font of your VS Code? It's so tiny.
All right, I will do that now. Is that better?
Okay, very good, very good, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. The removed elements is, we have our placeholder, and call it here removed elements. What is it complaining for? Okay. We can't display this. Then, okay, we can't display it. As no implementation of display. All right, so let's see another thing we can do. Since we can't do this, what if assert say remove element Z10 and else. Okay, what is saying now? Type mismatch.
Assert is supposed to
Okay,
carry
let's
a
see.
macro.
If we add this U32, what do you say? What did you say?
I think he just mistakenly spoke. Continue.
Okay. You say we have. Okay, let's snap this. Oh, sorry.
The assert is supposed to carry a macro.
Not always. Not always. Okay. Up front. Okay, I think I know the issue here. We did not unwrap. Okay, in that case, then I take off this because we are not snapping. Let's see if this works. So the assert can also go with macro. So you can see that everything runs successfully. Can we see that? Let's try printing again. I think it was because of the unwrap that we are unable to get what we wanted. Yes. So the person that said we are meant to get 10, you can see that we are correct. You are correct, actually. Thank you for helping us out. So do we understand everything that just happened right here so far?
Sir, please, what's the essence? Why did we use the unwrap?
Okay, we've explained
I
what unwrap
understand in
does.
this context. Okay.
Okay. You know, sometimes the array might be empty, right?
Okay.
In that case, nothing will be returned. So the unwrap here is making sure that we are not trying to pop element from an empty array.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's array, this unwrap that you see here is always like true or false. If what you are doing is valid, it returns the positive answer. Else, it returns negative. So, any questions so far? Apart from
Yes,
that?
I have a question.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my question is that why do we have to assign data to the array line by line? That is a dot append, we put 10, a dot append, we put 12, a dot append, we put 1. Can't we
Yes.
just write everything in just a single line?
This is like the earliest way of creating arrays. Currently, I think you can still create an array using the array macro. Let's see how that works. I think it's in our slide somewhere. Let me see. Is it not there?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So why the question I wanted to ask, because I know that normally
Yes.
the pop method normally removes elements from the
Okay,
back.
look at it here.
Okay.
But in Cairo, it's from the front.
Okay.
And you append from the front.
Wow. All right.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay, someone is. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. How do we access elements in an array? We will get there. Okay. But based on what we've done so far, do we have any question? I will take the silence as there is no question.
Sorry, sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, I thought unwrap only comes after what's it called? Try into. Did you hear me?
It's not just about it. It's not just about it coming after try into. There is a reason why it is at the back of try into. Can you like help us remind us why we said that?
Okay, you said we. Sorry, what we.
When I said we can use try, unbox, unwrap, unwrap at the back of try into, there is a reason I gave. Can you record that? Or should I
Sorry,
help you?
yeah, help me.
All right. We said that before you can use unwrap, there is always two possibilities. Is either it will work or it will not work. Just have it at the back of your mind like this. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So when we talk about it will work or it will not work, in this instance, if this array was empty, assuming everything here is like this, these guys are not here. Let's run this program again and see what happens. Okay. Can you see what we got here?
Yes.
It panicked, saying failed. So that is what this guy here unwrap is doing, because we are trying to remove an element from an empty array, which doesn't make sense. You have an empty array, you are trying to remove something from it. How? It's only when you put something there that you can remove something from it.
Oh, okay, sir. So what you're saying is that unwrap will catch the errors, right?
If there is, it will catch it if there is.
Okay, okay.
Any other question, please? Or confusion?
Is that the only thing unwrap is used for?
That is the major work of unwrap. It's like an option. We have not treated option, but with time, as we progress, I don't think we'll be doing option today. Option gives you like, say, is either this or this. It's like a method. So other methods like maybe if it was Python, say sum adds numbers together, right? That's what it does. Unwrap takes care of situations like this. It can either return something positive or tell you this is not valid. Do we understand that?
Yeah.
If you do not understand, you can ask the question right now because we are moving forward. So, but right now that we have elements here, let's run our program. Hopefully with success. Yes, we were able to exit the program with success. All right. So going back to what we have here. So someone asked about what if we want to access elements in the array. Here we go. Now, if you want to access elements in array, you have two methods you can use. You can use get or at methods. Once again, if you want to access elements in an array, there are two methods available. Okay. Yes. Assert is like to test. You can see we used it here in our program and it worked. We wanted to test like that removed element is equal to 10 and it worked. So it's like a test. If Let's do something now. If we say that return element is now all of a sudden 111, let's see what happens. Let me update our say. Then this is not looking good. Not looking good. All right, let's see. Cairo run. Can you see that, guys? It panicked and then says this is not looking good. So just like in Solidity, you can use this to assert that something is valid. They call it sanity check. That's something it does here. It's like a quick test. All right. So like I was saying, we can use get or add method. Now it says that the both can actually return element at a specific index. Now the difference lies in their error handling. First of all, get index. This is get, then the index will be within the parentheses. Is safer and returns an option type, making it possible to handle out of bounds access without panicking. But when you use this, it's either at index or you can use it like this, the brackets, then index. We panic if the provided index is out of bound. So it's just like telling us that this other guy handles situation whereby you have elements, and if there is no element, it will panic or it will handle it. But this other guy will panic if there is nothing there. It shouts. So let's try it out and see, with the array we have. Let's see how it goes. So first of all, we use the get index. I think I can clean this so that we can see space. Taking it up. So I will say use my variable again. Let's index element. Are we typing are we coding along so far? Hello, guys.
If you are following, please type right on. Please type right on.
Let's so far, are we participating in the process?
If you are following, type right on. If you are not following, say you don't understand. If you are following, type right on.
We've been asking who has questions, so everybody ought to understand. But I'm like, okay. All right. I like the energy there. I like the energy. So remember everything we are doing, you ought to go back and revise them so that you can internalize. Okay, Savior is giving us a thumbs down. Savior, what is the issue? Savior Richard, yes. Have you been all of us since before now? Yeah, Femi. What's the problem, Savior? Okay. Savior, we are calling on you now. Come and save us. What is it? Okay. Savior. No one save us. All right, so let's continue with. Now, I asked the question earlier on, are we coding along? Like, is anybody coding along so far, or did we decide to listen? Maybe later okay? All right, David, yeah, I see that. All right, thank you, everybody. Let's go back to our VS Code. So let's try and see if we can access an element here. And now I go for the array, which is A dot. I'm trying to get element at where? Let's get the element at 1. Remember, it is 0 based. So 0, 1, and then you know how it works with computer memories. Okay. So now let's see if we can confirm this. We say assert. Let's use that assert again. What are we expecting to get with elements at index 1? Can somebody tell me, please?
12.
Okay. So what it means that this assert will panic if the element at 1 is not 12, right? Yes. I'm waiting for your response to make sure I'm not doing this on my own. We are doing it together. My question is, in this assert here, we are trying to test that actually he answered that the element we get in this line should be 12. Now I'm saying that if we do whatever we want to do here, okay, let's just do it. Now we say that the index elements dot unwrap. This is a possibility. We are trying to like consider in a possibility whereby the array is empty. Do we understand that? Yes, we do, because we already explained what unwrap does severally. Then we have to unbox. After unbox, we desnap. And then we are saying that whatever we have here should be equal to now 12. And okay, what is this type here? I know one issue, so not I just write down with U32. You know, to be on the safer side. Then else we have them. Not looking good. All right. So I will attempt to run our program now. We can see the success here. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. So someone that asked, how can we access elements? Here you go. Let's try for the one at 0. And we did not change this. So let's see what happens. It panic. Then not looking good. Telling us that it is wrong. But if we update it to 10, let's try again. Now, successfully. I believe this is clear enough, guys. All right. Thank you. So for the gets, we just use the gets. What about, what is it called? The second method. Let's go back to our slide. Okay. Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah. So second method is at. Now let's see how to use at. We say define a variable that says let's index at equals we grab our array and say at, this is like a method. Then we are trying to take the element from 3. Hope our this is up to that 0, 1, 2, 3. 3. And then we come down to this side using assert as well to make sure that we're expecting to get, in this case, what are we expecting to get? Someone help me, please.
array out of,
Is somebody here?
array out
Okay.
of bound.
Yeah.
Array out of bound.
You expect out of bound.
16.
Why did you say that? Okay. No. Okay. Okay. I get this. Somebody says 16. We all explain why we say what we said. The person that said out of bound, why did he say that?
I thought it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah. Get out of bound, please. Help us.
Huh?
You said out of bound, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What's your reason? Because everything we do, there has to be a reason behind it, right?
Okay. Okay. I thought the array starts from index 0.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And there are only
then if we count it.
Okay.
If we count, what do we have?
Okay, I didn't see. I thought. Okay, I'm now seeing it clearly. Okay, I'm now seeing it clearly. I thought it was 3 elements there.
Okay. Okay. So I take it that we are all on the same track. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So in this case, we are trying to get the elements in the last index. So I'll go with my assets. And then I'll say that index at for this I will have to the snap only. Where is it? The snap, and then is equal to 16. And then for our error message, we say damn. Okay, we don't use them too much. Can you try again? Can you try again? All right, let's run and see what happens. If we get everything successfully, then we should be fine. If there is panic, we investigate. And so far, we're able to get it, everything compiled successfully. That means we are correct. So what if we we say that it's actually 1? All right. Let's run and see what happens. Can you see that? Can you try again? Yes. So this is how you access elements in an array. And then next thing we have is length, to determine the length of an array. So, and we're told that we can use the dot length. I will just clean this. I'll clean this and say let length array equals array dot length, right? Hopefully this works. Then here I will print out print line macro, the length of the array is this, right? And capture the length. Okay, whose mic is unmuted? Are you speaking or? So let's see what happens when we execute. So we can see that the length of the array is 4. All right. I hope there is no question so far, because we have 0, 1, 2, 3, but when you count it, it's actually 4. All right. Then another thing is to check, we can check if an array is empty, and this will return true or false. All right. So from what we have here, I can easily change it to array is empty. Now, what are we expecting here? I think we're expecting false. Well, let's see it with our eyes. Yes, it is false because our array is not empty. there is actually something in it. And if we comment these guys out, go back again. Now I'm expecting true. So it's an empty array without these guys. All right. So far, guys, I believe we are following. Is there anybody that is not following? You can ask your question now so we can clear your doubts. Then for span, any questions so far? Okay, somebody says, I don't. Yes, it's like an inline testing. We are testing to know if the return value is what we expected it to be. Okay, the person that asked question in the chat box, do you get that? It's like an inline testing, a quick test to make sure that we are, in order. Aziz, right? Sorry if I didn't get that right. Do you understand now? I believe he does. Yes. So on to the next guy. Span is like taking a snapshot of an array. We all know what it means to snap. When you snap a picture, you have a reflection of you, Yes. So we are trying to get a reflection of our array. It's like we are using a camera now. Now there's something else it says. Once we do this, we can't actually modify that original array. Okay, so when they take your picture, they can't decide to cut off one of your hand. No, that is not you. So your picture, if you have two hands, then your two hands are meant to be there before we can say this is actually you. If you have two eyes, well, you get what I'm trying to say. So what snapshot does is like to just capture that. All right, Aziz. All right, thank you. So it captures a photograph, like a snapshot of an array. In this case, let's not get ahead of ourselves. They say all methods provided by array can also be used with span except append. See that we cannot, increase the size of the array, because when they take your picture, you are like 6 feet. Then all of a sudden, in the picture you are looking 10 feet. That doesn't make sense, right? Yeah. So we have to preserve your details. And that is what this guy is trying to say here. So all these methods we just explored right now are valid with span except the append method. All right. Then we have dictionaries. Dictionaries, just like the name says, we have our Oxford Dictionary back in the day. I think it's still there somewhere actually. You have a word, then you have the meaning. That is what dictionary is. It's like a table. You have key, the value, like that. So see data type, collection, key, value pairs. Every key is what? Unique. And it's associated to a corresponding value. Like we said, each word has their meaning. It comes in handy if you want to like have a pattern, a tabular pattern. Using array minor, it can be tricky with arrays because arrays go 0, 1, 2, that kind of increase. But here you have something like a table. So we are still talking about that memory stuff. You can't actually change anything in the memory. Yes. But due to the abstraction that we're given, it will look as though you are changing, but you're not. The memory stays. The only thing that gets updated is the pointer. All right. So features. Now, the keys must be felt. In this case, while the values can be any other type. So every key in a dictionary that's felt 252 dict must be what?
a felt, then the type is mapping to can be any type. And this is the basic operation. If you want to populate your dictionary, you use the insert method. The first one, dict felt 252 is what? The key. And then you have T, that's the value, generic type. So if you want to get the values that you've populated, you use the get method with the key, which is also a felt, like we said. And this will correspondingly give you what? The type you are going to retrieve. Once again, it's restricted to felts. And then, okay. So let's see what a dictionary looks like. And okay, someone is saying something in the chat. Like yes, my guy, that's it, like an object. So you have a, then something corresponding to a. Yes. So I think, yeah, mapping, you can think of it as mapping as well, where you have the key and then the value. All right. So onto the VS Code we go. So I will clean everything that has to do with array. And then before you can use dict, you have to import it. All right. So how you import libraries or maybe functions in Cairo is you use the use keyword, like so. Use, I think in Python is import or something, something like that. So there's a way you bring in something. This is how you bring it in. You say use call dict. That is trying to accept dict felt 252. Is there anything wrong? Identifier not found. Use call. What could be the issue now? Felt 252. Does anybody know what the issue is? Our import doesn't seem to be working.
Add traits to it, let's see.
Trade to where? Which side?
After dict.
Well, let's not break our heads. Let's just invoke Cairo book. Cairo book.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems
so. Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
It's felt 252 dict.
Felt 252.
That's the felt is capital letter, the F.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right, perfect. So, like, we don't have to kill ourselves. If we had gotten to this place, we could have seen this. And maybe while we are there, I think we just copy this and make our life a lot easier. What do you know? So now we explain what we have here. So first of all, we imported the dictionary that's felt 252 dict. And like I said, this is like from the core library, the library somewhere in GitHub. You import it, and then you have your main function. Remember, main will always be there, everly present. Now we have a variable called balances. We have intentions of changing the values contained in this variable. That's why we're using the mute
we are making it mutable so that we can change things here. This felt dictionary here is of type U64. And this is how you define it. Just like in array, we used array traits slash, colon, new. So this is how you instantiate your dictionary. And now here we added like two keys with their values, and using the insert method that we established here. Okay. Yeah, import or require. Yes, Hilary, you are right on point. So this is how you populate the dictionary using the insert method, and that is what we have here. We are inserting Alex. His balance is what? 100. So we can make it 1,000. Let's make him rich. Maria has 2,000. So now here we are trying to get the balance of Alex. Now, who can tell me the data type that we have here, please? So far, can anybody help us? What is this data type? The Alex we have here.
Okay, it's short string.
Thank you. Yes, but strictly speaking, it is what? Short strings. I hope we remember. Yes, we do. So if we execute this program the way it is, what do you think will happen? Somebody help us, please.
Okay, so it will get the balance of Alex. That's more like the yes, that is attached to Alex.
All right. So do you think everything will compile successfully, or are we going to run into an error?
We'll panic.
Exactly. Exactly. Now you are saying it will panic. I don't know if everybody on the call understands the reason why it will panic. Do we all understand why it will panic? Yes. I can see hands. Please, if you're on the call and you're keeping quiet, we cannot help you if you're not helping us. So please help us help you. Do we all understand why it will panic? Yes, we do. I can see that.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So it will panic because the value we have here does not match with what we have here. Let's run it and see anyways. That's not need talking. Okay, let's see. Yes, we are correct. It panicked with this 100, and that is what we have. Balance is not 100. Okay, so we are doing great, man. We are doing awesome. Let's move on to the next. Next, we have enumerations, enums. Okay, now, like it's like a custom data type, just like your tuple. It can contain different data types. Can contain both bool. It can contain arrays. It can contain fields. U6 U64 U128. It can contain different type of data types. So that's why it's a custom data type. This is like it's very simple enum with the name. When you want to define an enum, you use the keyword enum, then the name of the enum. So here we have a tax. Let's take it over to our VS Code. Now we can clean out these guys. We don't need you again. Clear this guy out. So we go with enum, the keyword. What's the name? Status. Okay, someone's mic is unmuted. Is there a question there?
Yeah, sorry, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Please, can you use Ctrl+C to roll back? I want to see your code about dictionaries.
Okay. All right.
To the top, please.
All right. We just imported this, yeah. All right, all right. Okay, now I can clean, I guess, Control A, take it out. So we're talking about enums right now. See the keyword there, enum. Call it tax, tax status. All right. Tax. That's the status of our tax. Status. And then you open it. The elements you have here are called variants. So all of these to do, in progress, completed, on hold. These are like the status of your tax. They are called the variants. Okay, so we have to do, I think, in progress, in progress. So I'm just trying to get what we have there. What's next? Completed, then on hold. Completed, then on hold. I think it's capital H, Yeah, so this is like a basic enum. Now, if you look closely, you can see there is something else on the top, derived drop. The essence of this is because of something we called ownership in Cairo. It's about, it has to do with memory management, okay? So everybody that decides to use this value, in the end, needs to drop it. You say you are cleaning the memory. It has to clean up when it's done. And who are responsible for these cleanups? The functions in your program. So like this, we just have to add it here. By the way, you call that attributes. So we have this derive. What are we driving? We're driving drop traits. So this gives these enums the ability to be dropped. Sometimes you can see something like copy as well. Copy should be capital C, copy. In this case, we are giving it the ability to be copied. Someone can easily copy it. And who are these someones? The someones are what? Functions. Yes, functions, like they act as human beings in Cairo. All right. So if we, for example, want to maybe output a process, a progress here, one thing we can use is we can use match control. We have not done control flow so far. Match control is just like telling the program to do this if this is so. If it's not, do that. It's just like if expressions. Now, but the difference between match expressions and if statement is like match expressions, we exhaust everything. Match, we consider the possibility of having this, having this, having this, and having this. Whereas if can only consider maybe one or two and then move on to the next one. If this is not right, it moves on to the next one. So we say that match statements are exhaustive. Okay, maybe I'm going too far for now. I will stop there for now. But yeah, let's go back to our slide. Next, we have struct. Struct is another custom data types. It's just like okay, look at the derived drop I was telling us about. You can see we have copy and drop in this case. So, and another thing you have to notice is these guys are defined outside of your function. They are defined in the global scale. Yeah, global scope. Main. Like this. But if you define a variable here, let num equals 4, you see, this will not work. A variable must be defined within somebody that owns it. And it works now. You need to keep, note of this. You don't have global variables. What you have globally, another thing you can define globally is constants. But you can't define a variable in the global scale. So I believe we are following so far, please. Because this is as easy as I can get. Yes, match is like switch statements. Yes. Okay. We are talking about memory management when it comes to yes. Because if we fail to drop it, everywhere will be messed up. So when you finish using, it's like saying it is out of scope. It ends there. You have to drop it there. Okay, so it's like managing memory so that the memory will be clean. Not when you are using whatever is yours, then I will be dragging it with you like something that doesn't belong to me. It doesn't make sense. What is yours should be yours. Yes. So talking about structs. So we have defining now within here in enums is called variants, but in struct we call it fields. So I usually instruct you define elements that are kind of they have relationship between them. If it was somebody, human being, you can say his name, his age, his height, his nationality, about a person. But in this case, we are using a book. And here we can see we're getting the title of the book, the author of the book, the year the book was published, year of publication. All right, let's define what we have so that we can actually have a feel of what is going on. So we have structs. Before then, let's derive think copy, not copy like that, and then drop. And we have struct. What's the name of the struct? I think book. And then we have, I think author, right? Author is of type. We want to use felt 252. Okay, I'm mixing it up. Title, the year of publication. The two are, I can easily have it here. Call it title of the book. Title is felt. Why are you not completing this for me, guys? Felt 252. And then we have year pub. All right, whose mic is unmuted? You want to ask a question? Call it U8. So this is how you define a struct. Now, if you want to instantiate this struct, like you want to populate the details here, then in that case, we have to create a function here, function main. Let's use main. So we don't have to create extra function. We can say let's book. Our book. Let's use our book. Our book, GIDA book equals they will capture the guy, then we enter the details like we can see here. Now we're trying to create an actual book. So the title, call it GIDA book title, right? Title GIDA. I hope we are correct. This one I did see so many
red lines like danger. Auto. Auto is who? Maybe Gideons. Is that how we are? Gideons. I hope that is correct. Then year of publication. Year pub. Call it 2024. Okay, it's like we have an issue here. Okay, I'm using semicolon instead of this guy. Okay, yeah, we have to annotate you as well. So I hope we are following, please. Year of publication, yes, U8 cannot enter here, so let's make it 202. That is, well, okay, let's increase the type so that the date will make sense. U30, U64. Okay, so 2024. Do we understand what we've done so far? Yes. Any question?
I think there are questions in the chat.
Okay. What is the default? We have not installed when we the default currently is nothing, 0. In Solidity, for instance, the default is the first value. Okay, first value of the type. Yes, that makes sense. So, but now it's actually 000 until we add something to it. Okay, Gideons. Yeah, I think I got that right. Awesome. Yeah. I was able to correct it too. Okay, so we have this, and that's about that. So, do we have any questions so far based on what we did in Struct? All right. So now we are trying to how to access elements in a struct. Remember, we already established, we populated whatever the content of the title and the rest. So if we now want to access the fields, all we have to do, come down here, we say let's year of pub equals our book dot year this. Yeah, I think that's correct. So let's see if we can output this. Else we go with print line. Year of publication is, we have our placeholder, guys, and we talk about year of pub. Let's see if that gets printed out. And we're expecting 2024, I think. Else we investigate. All right, guys, we're able to get that. This is how you access elements in your structs. So that's about that. Then we can actually modify the field as well, the way it's done here. So we get the name, that's the year. Let's see what happens. We call it our book. Sorry. Our book dot year of publication. Year of publication before now is 2024. So we want to set it to, maybe we want to publish in the future, 2026. Let's see, is that correct? Let me go back and see. Okay, I didn't terminate the process. What is he saying? Okay, yeah. See that we can't change if we did not make it mutable. So we have to make this mutable here before we can mutate, change whatever we want to change. That's the way. So we're expecting to get what now, guys? Can someone help us?
2026.
All right, let's see if that works. Yes, thank you. We are correct. 2026. So our book is still in works currently. All right. So I think that's about that. Control flow. Like we said, if expressions. I believe we know how if expressions work before now. Let's say I'll be cleaning this. I'll clean these guys. I'll clean these guys. Let's say we have a variable. Let's number equals 5, and then we say if number is imagine me, is equivalent to 4. Say print line, it is what it is, else print line, get it right, man, get it right, man. All right, so what do you think will happen now? Which one do you think will get printed in the end?
Get it right, man.
Let's see what happens. Yes, our guy was right. Get it right. So once it checks here and see that this is not valid, 5 and 4 are not the same thing. So this entire block will not be executed. The next guy gets executed. I'm sorry. All right. So we can also have else if. Now you can see that here must be a boolean. We can say something like this. Oh, we can say if number. This does not work. We need, oh, sorry. Okay. What is he saying? Type mismatch, where it must be a boolean here. So if we do this as maybe equal to 5, and then we have another issue now. What is he saying? Number cannot be equivalent when we have not defined number before now. So here must be a boolean. It must evaluate to a bool. You can say equal to 5. In this case, it is what it is, gets printed. So we need to take note of that, and we'll be fine. Yeah, you can see that it's what it is. And also we have, is there anything different here? Okay, I've explained this. Else if, we can see that in the, just that simple. There's nothing special about this. So I believe you understand this, because then we have, okay, we still like trying to talk about the same thing over and over again. If the condition is now true, you can actually save whatever you have in your if condition into a variable and then continue. Do we get this? This variable number starts from here. We have if condition, which is true. If true, 5, else 6. So this whole thing we evaluate, it's an expression here, and we store it waiting number. Then if it is 5, which is this, then this thing here, condition was true and number is 5. It gets printed out here. I think our time is almost up, so let's wrap it up. Then repetition with loop. We have like 3 types of loop in Cairo actually so far. You have the loop which prints like forever. It doesn't stop until you tell it to stop. You introduce a certain condition that once that condition is met, it will stop. You have the while loop. You also have a for loop. So if we attempt to print what we have there, sorry, we say keyword loop, and then we open and say print hello I think it's sorry man, sorry. Gideons. Okay. Hello Gideons. And you see, there's no condition here that we introduced that says, okay, once we get to social place, stop. So the only thing about this is, back in the day, before you can execute a loop, you have to add something called gas, available gas. It's like a tag, like tag, I call it a var tag dash dash and say a var label gas. Must have seen this in Cairo book if you're reading it, but currently, it's being abstracted for us so that we don't have to be typing that guy all the time. So if we just run this command, let's see what happens. You can see this is printing, like I will have to stop it manually to break out of it. So, but another cool way, let's go back to our guide. Okay, Cairo gives us a way to break out of loop using code. So if we introduce a certain condition, and once that condition is met, satisfied, the loop stops. I think we have something like that here. So let's implement that. So we can come down here and say, bring in a counter. Let's counter. This counter, we're making it of type U8. We start from 0. And then come into the loop and say, if counter is equal to 10, we want you to break. I think that's correct. Else we investigate. Now, this code is different. And then when our loop comes, it will check for this. If it's not true, this guy will not get executed. Remember what we said earlier about if expressions. Once it evaluates to false, it jumps over to the next line of code and executes. So here we have, it will print hello Gideons. And then to capture the counter variable we have, yes, we have to make it mutable because it will be changing. Not here, please, sorry. We have to make the variable here mutable. So we get this and then we increase the counter. Counter plus equal to 1. Let's run again and see what happens. Hopefully we get what we want, else we investigate. So you can see we have printed this. Let's add number to it so that maybe hello Gideon's 1, Let's get a counter so that we can count with it. Counter. All right. So we're expecting to see hello Gideon's 1 up until where we stop. So like so. Can we see that? So I believe we don't have any question here so far. Or do we have questions so far, please? We're almost out of time. So we can conclude actually. Any questions so far, guys? Hello, Gideons. Are you still with me?
Yes, so we are still with you.
Everything is making sense, I suppose. All right.
From on end.
Okay. Yeah. We stop here for today.
I think we have actually taken so much. All right. Well, I just would like us to maybe finish the rest of the um, slides on our own. I don't think there is anything serious again. We've covered something like this or this nature. Okay, continue. Continue is just you know how it works. Let's see the continue here. So we have this whole thing. If we want it to continue, maybe we don't want it to print at 4. You can easily say if counter is equal to 4. We say increment it by 1. Say counter plus equal to 1, and then we continue. I think continue. All right. Let's see if this works. Let's see. So right now we might not have 4 printed, and just like that, you can see 4 was skipped. Yes. So it's that simple. Actually, it's not so difficult. And next thing is returning. If we want to return a value, we use, once you want to break, but in this case you have to save that loop into something. So in this case you print the result in the end. It's very, very straightforward based on what we've done. Remember, if you want to return the value, you have to use break, then the counter. In this case, I think this should be like 20 because yeah. So then while, so once the condition is correct, it will execute till it is no longer true. So that's about that for while loop. And then this is for elements in A. That is these guys here. We want to output. You can easily run this, after the class. It's a very, very straightforward actually. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. So the thing is this. I want us to continue on Friday from Starklings, because based on what we've done so far, we are going to solve Starklings together. You know, be saying only me could solve while every other person will sit back. No, we'll solve Starklings together. Starklings is like a bunch of exercises, that will help you pick up Cairo programming language like in 2 days, So on Friday, that is what we are going to be doing. And then if we have any question along the line, I will explain as we go through it. That's one of the best ways to actually learn Cairo. And then there are 2 versions of Starklings. There are the ones you can do with your code editor. You can do it without network. Okay, you can do it without network. Then there is the online version. So let me show us these guys. Call it Starklings by Shrame. Just Starklings. Starknet. Let me see. Okay, this is the online version, guys. Let me open it somewhere here. So if your network is strong enough, here you connect to your GitHub account, and then you start coding. I can skip. I'm just giving us an insight of what we are going to be doing on Friday. So start coding. Say you can read the instructions here. You can actually start doing this today, so that when we come that day, it will be more or less like a revision. So welcome to Starklings, and doesn't do anything, just like we said. So if we compile this, you can see that it works. Great. Then you click next. Now you're asked to do something. This exercise won't compile. Can you make it compile? Let's get hints. Or without getting hints, let's just compile. We'll get error here. See that? Can someone tell us what we need to do here so that this will work? Quickly.
Okay, I think there's no main function, so we need the main function.
Exactly, main. Add main here, and then we compile again. And suddenly everything works. So this is how you get to do it till you get to the end. Please remember to use your GitHub account so that you see your progress in the end. So another version you can use is the GitHub. This is actually the first version ever, the one we used to use before this other online version came out. So you can run this, but you have to make sure you have Rust installed already. Run this command. Okay, run this command to install Rust on your system. Then you run the next command, and then you run this. It will take a while actually before everything. Just follow the steps here. If you want to do it locally, maybe you are in a place where the network is not strong enough. Yes, you can use this local version and work it out. Then this is what we'll be doing on Friday. Okay, let me
Please
send
drop,
this link.
sir, please drop the link for the local.
Yes, yes, I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that. So, yeah, this is it. And yeah, I think we meet on Friday. Friday's class is going to be fun. I think today we actually enjoyed ourselves, unlike the previous class, where we had so many issues. Yes. So thank you all for coming around. Over to you, Kevin.
Awesome. That was an amazing session that you had. Thank you so much. Please let's appreciate CC. Let's appreciate Victor Ifena for that amazing session that he just had. I was here from beginning to the end and I enjoyed every bit of it. Like he said, this is much better than the last class because everybody was, somewhat following at this point. So good job, everybody. And I look forward to, more happening here in the community. So if you have not been following, ensure you go over the recordings. Ensure to go over the recording. That's the best way to understand this thing. And like I always say, the recording is not for people that missed the class. It's for you that attended so that you can be able to get a recap and help your memory stay fresh and up to speed so you re-understand. There are some things that while in class you may not understand. But when you watch the recording, you get to understand them better. So in 2 hours, which the recording usually lasts for, you're going to understand everything that has been taught to you in class, and it will help your memory capture all these things. Remember, the goal is not just to learn about this. The goal is for you to teach it to others, right? What we do at GIDA is a community-based thing. As we are training you for free, we have CC, we had Sarah come last week, we had CC this week. We are doing these things to train you for free. So we're expecting that after you learn and become professionals, when we have the next cohort of such a developer bootcamp as this, having learned this and become professional, you're also going to teach others. So you have to know it very well through and through. So I see some people complaining about the class is too long, etc., etc. You have to prepare yourself, prepare your mind, and come to class proper. So when you come here, you try to understand. And if you are lost at any point, always call the instructor's attention. Don't wait till they ask, do you have any question? There might be something that gets you confused, right? Why class is ongoing. Find a way to ask it at that moment. So you are cleared and you can follow on with the others. But when you are not cleared, you're going to be lost and nobody can help you. For people who constantly complain of network issues, please prepare for class. Nobody can help you but yourself. If you keep complaining, class will be moving, right? Class keeps moving. Nobody's waiting for you. So prepare yourself well for class. Find a way to get better network connectivity or find a location that has good network and stay there through the duration of the classes. When it's class time, you go to that place and make sure you attend from there. So if you know anybody who is using these things as excuses, it's really what it is. It's excuses, and excuses won't get things done, but by actually doing the work is what gets things done. So thank you so much to see. Like I mentioned, we're going to have class on Friday. Friday is meant to be assignments, and weekly recap. So we're going to have the final session on Friday. Please come prepared, come on time as well, so that you can end on time. Go over the recordings that will be posted tomorrow. You don't need to wait for us to tell you that the recording have been posted. You should subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on post notifications. So immediately a post is made on the channel, you're going to get notified that GIDA has posted on the YouTube channel. So the recording will be posted tomorrow. Go over it and prepare well for Friday's class. Go over the stack links, exercise that he has shared. I've posted the link on the WhatsApp group as well. So go over the stack links app, play the game, and try out some things. You mustn't know everything before you do it. And it's actually part of your assignments also for the week. So you can start touching it now so you can get familiar with it before the assignment is given to you on Friday. A lot of you didn't submit your assignment last week. Please note that not us attending classes, but assignments counts towards your graduation. So if you're not doing assignments or submitting it, you're not going to graduate and others and get the certificate. So do well to ensure you are always actively following and all that. I think with this, we've come to the end of tonight's session. Does anybody have any question before we wrap up? Do you want to ask CC any question? Please raise your hand so you can ask a question before we wrap up. Okay. David has a question. Please go ahead.
Okay, my question is, I understood the whole lessons on the class, but I'm having troubles with my linter, that is Cairo language server. Sometimes it spawns up, then after sometimes it just goes out. I'm using Windows. So is there a way around it, or is there a way to like work on it so it can show me like the box before I compile?
CC, did you get that? Your voice was very
Yes,
okay.
yes, I got that. Unfortunately, there is no much we can do about it for now. Sometimes the server actually gives that issues. It's still a work in progress actually. So maybe when it stops working, just restart your VS Code and stay continue. Yes. So yeah, it will be all right. Actually, back in the day, we didn't used to have this what is it called? The extension is still right ahead. So it's gonna be all right eventually. Yes.
Does anybody have any other question? Does anybody have any other question? Please ask now, because by Friday, we're expecting you to become a professional Cairo developer, right? Because we have done the fundamentals. This is like the advanced stage. You have been learning the syntax, you have been learning the functions. By Friday, you're expected to be somebody that can write Cairo code. So if there's any part you don't understand, this is the time to ask. Okay, I guess there's no question. By profession, I don't mean you're a pro, but to an extent, you should understand, if not right, understand when you're reading a Cairo code, what it's what that information looks like or what it means. So the syntax you're learning this week is to help you decipher code and actually write code as well. So yeah, I guess there's no other questions. So with this, we've come to the end of tonight's session. Thank you, CC. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night rest. Please appreciate GIDA, appreciate CC, and see you on Friday. Don't forget to go over the recordings tomorrow. Good night.
Yeah, good night, sir. Thank you.